This is the Aperol Spritz of Gaytriarchs episodes. Not full-fledged, high alcohol content, just a little bit of sprinkle.
This is the fucking your brother episode, right? From
fucking
White Lotus?
Brother.
Oh. Did you watch White Lotus season 3?
Yes, but what do you mean?
Don't the brothers fuck each other?
Theoretically, but what?
Because White Lotus is like a summer vacation
show. That's
no. Okay, all right.
That was a stretch.
That was a stretch.
And this is Gaytriarchs.
So we talk a lot about summer camps on this show because they're annoying and they're expensive, but they're also life-saving when
life-saving.
Need some time.
They are integral to our survival. And frankly, at some point, especially in April, when you're frantically trying to schedule it, you don't care about price. And then that credit card bill comes in and
then, things change. But, for those of you who haven't had to do it yet, a lot of summer camps are competitive. Like you have to sign up so early. And like us, we're just like, I don't know, we'll wait till the last second. So we signed up for this one summer camp that was basically the whole summer. It's week to week and you can choose whichever weeks.
Yeah, right.
And we were just like, that's a long time to be in the same camp. Why don't we diversify a little bit? And we'll do like 1 week of camp at this place just to break it up. Well, I'm here from the future to tell you that if you're going to do that, make sure you read the fine print because the camp he's at now is at the same building my daughter's at for daycare, and the drop-off times are the same and the pickup times are the same. So it's really
which all sounds very convenient.
Very convenient. Well, what I had totally forgotten about is that the camp hours of this place are like school hours. It's like 9 to 3.
2 or
not
3,
7 to 6, which is the other one. So on day 1 of camp, I'm in my husband's office and we're talking about contractors and all this bullshit.
Oh,
the phone rings.
Do tell us why.
The phone rings and my husband sees on the phone. It's my son's camp, and and what is our first thought? Our first thought is
dead.
He's sick. God damn it. He's coughing and he's going to be sent home. He's not going to be able to come back to
He said his tummy hurts, and one of those counselors believed him, and they're like, okay, do you 100%. Need to go home?
Yeah. And so he answers the phone, and his eyes widen, and he looks at me, and he goes, we forgot to pick up Emmett. It's 4:15.
You're 75 minutes late.
We had totally forgotten that this camp ends at 3. And my husband goes, oh no, I think he's stuck in traffic. I'll call him right now. And I bug out the door. And I feel like a horrible dad because I get there and there are classes now happening. The place is packed and he is coloring next to the front desk receptionist.
Like he's in trouble.
Like
he's been sent to the principal's office.
And I feel like a total piece of shit. But so I'm here to tell you that if you are going to be really clever and diversify your kid's camp experience, A, check the hours, and B, just go with a camp that has full hours.
There are several camps around us that are half-day camps.
No.
What level of bullshit
Who has a half-day job? Do you have a half-day job?
Exactly. And just showing up half day, and which basically means you might as well just sit in the car for 3 hours because that's what it comes down to. And we actually signed up for one of those not knowing it was a half day. We realized it a few days later, so we weren't 3 hours late to pick up our kid. But you might as well just like go get an expensive coffee, light $500 on fire and sit there and watch and think, why did I do this? And just be insanely bitter in your air-conditioned car, which is what I ended up doing for that camp. I mean, admittedly, it was a sailing camp. And so the level of pretension of a sailing camp, and you don't deserve to complain if it's sailing camp anyway.
100%.
But let me tell you the ways I'm a worse parent than you are. Are you ready?
These are my favorite stories. Go ahead.
A couple of years ago, I forced my children to go to a sleepaway camp in New Hampshire. There wasn't anything special about it except that I grew up in Colorado. You don't go to camp in Colorado. You just play outside, right? And especially I was in the 80s and my mom didn't work. And so, there's a level of privilege there that you just get to hang outside, whatnot. So anyway, But I had always heard friends from college bragging about this camp that they went to in New Hampshire. So I wanted to realize that dream for my kids and say, oh, there's this magical place called basically a YMCA camp up in New Hampshire. So my kids went arguably kicking and screaming, but they went the same week and they were on opposite sides of the camp with the girls and the boys. And there was a lot of logistics involved, different drop-off times, different pickup times, blah, 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 blah. We didn't read carefully enough. And we showed up 7 hours late to pick up my son. And my son is the one who just won't make a stink about things. He's kind of like,
he's got that quiet, apologetic.
That makes you feel all the
white
worse.
Culture. Yeah.
And when we had already picked up my daughter, and then we swung around because I thought that was the order we were supposed to do it in, and we were already like cutting in kind of late because big surprise, because me, and there was my son all alone sitting at a picnic table with some older kids, the counselors, and they all kind of looked at us like, where have you been? And I checked my phone, and we had 4 calls from the camp, but we were driving in rural New Hampshire, so we didn't even realize it. Blah, 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 blah. We had stopped for lunch. I might have had a beer and a half before we got there as we were celebrating. And he comes walking across this field, which then turned, and he was smiling, but in a kind of like weird, disappointed way. And his smile morphed into crying, and his walk turned into running. And admittedly, when he leapt into my arms, mine, luckily, I was like, oh, he's just so happy to see me. And I realized we had left him on the side of the road, admittedly a bougie dirt road summer camp in New Hampshire, for an extra few hours. And I was a terrible parent that day.
I gotta say, Gavin, you are, and that feels really good. That actually made me feel much better about my 75 minutes.
Summer camps.
At gymnastics camp. But yeah, for those of you parents out there who are dealing with camp, Godspeed, God bless, and let's all do better next year, which we won't. One of the better things about this episode, other than there's no guests, it's just us, is we got a listener email that just lit up my heart. We get emails from you guys in DMs, and we love anytime you reach out to us for anything, even if it's like,
we love it.
David sucks. We love everything.
We're okay. We're okay with that.
We got a really great one that just warmed my heart. So I'm just going to read it out to you. He said, hey, gents. Well, the beautiful baby came in April. Oh, wait, let me give you some pretext. Listener Ben.
We never check our DMs. Yes. And this came in April.
No. Listener Ben sent us a very sweet message saying he loved the show and they're planning on having a baby and blah, 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 blah. Well, and we responded. We did. And we said, please give us an update. So this is the response. Hey, gents. Well, the beautiful baby came in April. Shout out to our incredible surrogate in Minnesota. And now we're transitioning back to full-time work in the Bay Area. Your sweet, irreverent, inspiring, thoughtful podcast has been a companion on my back to work days, and it's been such a treat to feel that little bit less alone in the newness of parenting. Parenting so far has been the greatest joy of my life. With big thanks, Ben. So our listener Ben has written out a very sweet email to us, and we very much appreciate it. So
thank you for going that extra mile and sharing it with us. We can't wait to hear. Please write back when parenting so far has been the greatest trauma of your life as well.
We'll see you in 3 months, babe. But very sweet. We love getting your messages and emails. Please keep doing it, guys. Keep sending us your top 3 list ideas, your something great ideas, your guest ideas, anything you want to do. We love hearing from you. As Gavin would say, we're building a community. And I would say something about a dick.
We are trying to build that community, and we do a terrible job of maintaining it. So, but maybe it's listener fault. Listener needs to reach out to us some more and let us know that we're loved, and then we'll make more dick jokes.
It's your fault.
It's your fault.
If you're listening to the sound of my voice, it's your fault.
Your fault.
And I hope that gets us more listeners. So something else that is my fault is we are moving. So
you made your bed. You moved away from that bed, but now you still have to lie in that bed. So
now
please
I've got
complain
to rent a bed, and I've got to buy a new bed, and I've got all kinds of beds. So we are moving, and the reason I bring it up is not for you guys to follow me, but please do come to my house anytime you want. But I was just thinking, like, we've been looking for a new house for a while, and we've made many offers, and they've fallen through, or they've been taken away from us. It's been a hell of 2 years, but we finally got a house. We're really excited. But in my head, I was like, oh, great, we get to live in a new house. I didn't even consider fucking changing schools and
You
daycares.
People don't realize you are a serial gambler, a mediocre podcaster, but you are a director, a writer, a failed actor, and you are in real estate. So for you to come on here, hey, listener, David actually has his real estate license. But for you to come on and say, I totally forgot that I was supposed to consider. David, this is your job.
It's
to
always
know
the
shit like
shoemaker's
this.
children that go barefoot, Gavin. That's all I can tell you. But so the reason I bring it up is because it's been really interesting as a parent. So so my daughter is in pre-K right now. She's in pre-K 3. She's 3. And we love our daycare. It's where it has a pre-K program as well. So our kids have gone through literally infancy in every classroom all the way up to pre-K. And now we got to find a new one because my son is going to go to regular school, but my daughter needs to be in a pre-K. So literally yesterday, we went to our new town and we had 4 interviews with 4 new preschools.
Oh my!
And it was just like, oh yeah,
that's bonkers.
This is what you have to do when you're looking for a preschool for your kid. And I was like, I guarantee you, some of our listener have done this recently or are about to do this. So I wanted to talk a little bit about it because it fucking sucks and is stupid. So let's talk about the obvious thing: cost. I forget how fucking expensive preschool is. We're talking about like, here's your colors, here's your shapes. Give us $2,000.
Right. And count to 1, 2, 3 and ABC. But I mean, your daycare was not that terribly expensive, or you're moving into a bougier neighborhood now, or what?
Well, again, we only had a couple options here, and almost every daycare was almost the exact same. So for transparency, our daycare in pre-K is about $1,500 a month for full time, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Whatever.
That's pretty good cover. That's a good. You're getting a lot for your bang for your buck there.
We really are. We're really lucky. It's attached to this huge YMCA, and they get to go swimming every week, and they have a big it's a lot of fun. Well, now that I've interviewed with these 4 other ones, I'm seeing the range of shit out there. We saw some like low rent, like cinder block basement, like the daycare teachers smoking in the other side of the room places. And then we saw
that's a real education right there, though.
It was a huge education because what I realized, I think, is that I trust, and maybe I shouldn't, but I trust that the content of these daycares, what they teach, how they teach, is probably similar. They probably all do circle time and outdoor time and snack time, and they probably will all work on their colors and their numbers. So I assume, good or bad, that they're all doing the same thing. But what I learned was, obviously, besides the money, what was really important to me was like, does it feel good to be in this space?
Of course.
Does it? Because one of the first place we went to, the guy was nice, the tour was nice, the teachers were nice, the kids seemed happy, but it was literally a cinder block basement with like windows that were covered, and it just didn't feel very happy.
Yeah.
And
plus the cigarettes in the corner.
The cigarettes in the corner, right? But like, and they're like, is that a fox over there? Like a real fox? They're like, yeah, he gets in here sometimes. But I just kept thinking like, I don't want my kid in this building. Like, and I was like, is that bougie of me? But there was something about like, it feels good to be in this space. And of course, that was the cheapest place.
Yeah. Well, you got to listen to those gut feelings, though, too. And once you write the check, once you find a way to write that check, you go, sell your soul more in whatever ways you need to. You don't regret it. You got to follow that gut.
No, 100%.
Keep going.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. And that was the cheapest one. So again, for transparency, because I think I live in northern New Jersey, just outside New York City. It was about $900 a week. Again, full-time daycare. And then we went to the second place, and the second place was much better in like the facility, although still kind of like abandoned school that they painted cute walls to make it look like didn't have a playground, but
they put lipstick on that pig.
Yeah, totally. But like all the teachers are super nice or whatever. I'm going to skip the cost of that one because it comes to play later. Then we went to the third one, which was like high-end YMCA, which was about $1,600 to $1,700 a month. But it was in an office park. And so it felt like gray cubicle vibes.
Yeah. It was giving you corporate vibes.
It gave me like
Montessori.
Tammy from accounting. And I was like, it didn't feel bad. It just felt like, is this a daycare? And then the last one was like housed inside of an existing school. Felt really good, like playground, libraries, like all really good. And that one was, again, about $1,600 a month. So going back to the second one. Oh, and also there was one we didn't take a tour of because they emailed and they said, okay, well, this school is $2,300 a month for preschool.
Yeah.
And I said,
that's no surprise.
Yeah.
That's no surprise.
The second one, she said, well, she's talking and, she's doing the tour and she was like, well, we just had 2 spots open up at our free pre-K program. Oh. I said, excuse me? what was that? And she said,
and why did you not offer this sooner? Okay.
There's something here in New Jersey, and maybe this is in most states, it's called universal pre-K. And
it's become more of a mandate across the country, but it's not everywhere. I mean,
it's not everywhere.
Yeah, listener in South Dakota might not have this. Who knows?
But even in New Jersey, certain towns have it and certain don't. So our town that we live in now just got it this year, but only for like 30 kids. So like there was a lottery, and if you didn't get in, you still had to go. So she was like, the lottery had already been over for this new town I'm moving to. But she was like, but we have 2 new spots because I guess somebody dropped out. And she was like, if you wanted them, they would be yours. And I said, I turned to my husband and I was like, I know this wasn't our top choice, but free.
Yeah.
Free. Now we have to still pay for aftercare because free. The universal pre-K is school time, so it's like 8:30 to like 3. So like it's not a full day. So you could pay
luckily, it's not that half day because sometimes pre-K programs can be half day. So you're lucky you didn't 100%. Get that sailing camp that you just might as well sit for 3 hours in your car. But anyway,
so where do you think we're going, Gavin? The free one. And I was like, listen, she can play in a cinder block basement. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. So for those of you out there who are also touring pre-Ks or just doing that now, I hear you. Please reach out to us. Tell us your stories. We want to read them on the podcast because I had forgotten because we've been at the same daycare for 5 years. And so
this is why you've been very privileged for the last couple of years to not have to look for further. But this is a national dilemma and a national scourge of massive stress for parents. And no wonder we need universal pre-K worlds, because this is a capitalist world where we have to have salaries and we have to pay for a lot of shit and kids need to be taken care of. I was listening to a podcast recently that was talking about education essentially. And one of the things they said was, the wonder of the American education system is not that we teach people anything. The wonder of it is that millions and millions and millions of children are in daycare from basically the same hours of the day across the entire country. And that is what actually helps the country run, is that parents are free to go work their asses off so that they can pay for things like daycare. But eventually the public school system is, of course, we are teaching and we are trying to create a civic society and all the things, but also it's daycare. And it's amazing that millions and millions and millions of people do that. Children do that every single day. So anyway, but getting that coverage is so critical. And no wonder we need universal pre-K systems across the country. Because come on.
But I will also say, again, for transparency, is that because it's 8:30 to 3, if you want to pay for aftercare, great. But they follow the school system and the school is always off. There's always a half day or a random Wednesday in the
religious holidays.
So it's like 14 days of half days and 16 days of full days or whatever. And you can pay for this free program for those extra days. So it's always Monday through Friday, no matter what.
Yep.
And so those you have to pay for. And so when we worked it out throughout the year, our free pre-K still costs us $600 a month. Now, again, way better than the $1,500. But it is like, for transparency, it's like, it is still very expensive. And you're like, oh, I can just quit my job and just raise my, have my kid home all day. But A, ew, gross. No, I don't want to be around them all that time. But B, that's not enough money. I have to do, so anyway, it is a shit show. It's hard. But one of the other things is 2 of these preschools were in churches. And Gavin, you met me. I am I'm very anti-theist. I'm very anti-theist. And so my first question out of the gate with both of these people, because I didn't want to waste their time, I was like, is this secular? Or is there a religious component to this? And luckily, both of them were like, "Oh no! We literally rent this space from the church. We are totally separate entities." That's what I've learned. Is it's very common. So I almost didn't take these tours. I'm glad I did because of when I Google mapped it. I was like, "Oh, it's in a Catholic church. I don't want my child to be raped." But yeah,
it's so sad that you are exactly right about that.
But I'm exactly fucking right. So, but I'm glad I went. So if you're also afraid of religion poisoning your child's brain, please go to those and just ask them the question, is it secular? Because a lot of the times they're literally just renting the space. There's no crossover whatsoever.
I mean, churches got to make some bank too, because they have to be able to, well, insert joke here, but yeah.
Well, sure. But I mean, like also, I don't know anything about church, but I assume like their big days are like Sundays and then maybe a little Saturdays and maybe like a Wednesday prayer breakfast. But then like the space is empty. Like they need that money.
Yes. It's a lot of space and they all have a lot of little classrooms with lots of rainbows on the walls and whatnot.
100%. It's already gay and it's already daycare.
It's very gay.
So reach out to us if you're also doing this. I think it would be really interesting to hear other people's things. So the other thing that we're doing now that we're moving is that my son, who's going to go into first grade, is going to a brand new school, brand new parents, brand new PTA.
Imagine all of the new beef out there for you to scope out. Oh my goodness.
More dad beef. And also, what if I'm not the only gay dad at the school? My reign will have ended because I am for sure the only gay dad at our current school.
Are you going to be okay with that? What if
No,
of course not.
I want to be the token.
The only gay in the village. I understand.
100%,
yeah, you want to be that token.
100%. So, but my son has been saying, oh, like I'm excited, but then every once in a while he'll go like, I don't want to go to a new, like he's been kind of scared. And so I know.
Can you imagine? You're scared to go into that new school too, because one, you might have competition, and two, there's the Mean Girls table and the band fags table and the sports tables. And you're like, where am I going to fit in? Right.
Yeah. So that is also on our minds. And also the house we're buying is an estate.
Well, and you are just on a rant. Please continue.
There's no guest this episode, so we got to fill
Well, we get to just chat. We're having coffee. Thanks to everybody for coming in and having coffee with us.
This is kind of what we do before we start recording anyway.
And by the way, I have a Bloody Mary.
I'm sure you do. We are buying this as an estate, and for those of you who don't know what that means, that's basically somebody died and their house is going to whoever is the next of kin or their family. And then
this seems like the dad hack. This seems like the dad hack of the week. I mean, how do you get in on an estate sale kind of situation? Is it a special?
Here's
how do you find them?
Here's why I like. Well, I mean, I don't know if you could search for particular states, but we just happened to see this house go on the market and then we got it. But our current house was an estate as well, where the woman died in the house.
Oh my goodness.
This house we're buying, she died in the house. So clearly we have a thing for women dying in the houses. Yeah. But what I like about it is I love older houses. Like I love like our bathroom has like an original like yellow tiles. Like it's crazy. Like I love that shit. But also like there's stuff in the house, and their kids are usually like, what do you want? And we just get furniture if we want furniture or whatever. So
nice.
But I'm not going to tell my kids where she died in the house because I made that mistake in our current house to tell them where she died. And sometimes they walk by that spot and they're like, is this where Ruth died? I'm like, yeah, this is where
Do you feel Ruth in the current house ever?
100%. Well, really? I don't know if I feel her, but I will say anytime like the lights turn on randomly or there's a like, weird Ruth. Sound, I'm like, Ruth, we get it. You hate gay people, but we own the house now. So go fuck yourself.
Do you know who the ghost is going to be in your new house?
We do. We hit.
What's
like,
her name?
Her photos. I don't know if I want to say it yet, but like, like her photos are still on the wall. Like there's her stuff. I mean, it's like her stuff is still in the closet. Like it's kind of creepy a little bit. But it's our house now. I mean, the house is full of asbestos and, poison and carcinogens, but we got it.
Which is what killed her. You might die really, really young, but put it in your will that you wanted to go to gay parents somewhere, okay?
I mean, yeah. So anyway, so the TLDR, even though it's already been TL, is we are moving and it is difficult as a parent. And I'm hoping it will be over soon, but I'm really excited about our new life and our new town.
So I've got a little topic to actually bring up here, and it is very much, this is going to be totally my character and your character coming in as I want to rant about politics, and you are here to make dick jokes. Insert the dick jokes into the politics. Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
Okay, so there is a situation right now brewing in Connecticut where I live, where there are hospitals that have been giving very, very important care, gender-affirming care to children under the age of 19 for years now. And, we all know that it is a teeny tiny population of children who are just trying to live their truth, right? And the parents who are trying to be like, frankly, I don't know what, but I want to give my child the ability to be happy and follow their truth and whatnot. And you know what, David? Just yesterday, as of the recording here, several hospitals are just closing the doors and shutting the parents out in the cold, quite literally. And let's name check them, shall we?
Yes.
Yale New Haven Hospital is just closing its doors on its gender affirming care with no with no warning whatsoever. Just
why? Are they doing it because of Trump?
They're not giving reasons yet, but hey, let me go ahead and be a dog whistle. There's a signal group that I have been told about that actually says that there might be some kind of executive order coming down later in August, and that frankly, these hospitals are trying to get in front of it. And they are literally sending signals out to say to people, you need to start stockpiling medications right now and get on top of this in any way that you possibly can. So is it Trump related? Of course it's Trump related. So Yale just went ahead and closed its doors, and no matter what the justification may be there, hey, we will remember this. And also Connecticut Children's Hospital also, they're at least having a little more compassionate way of saying we are phasing it out and phasing out gender affirming care for children under the age of 19.
But we will not forget. I want when these hospitals come back online, when world order is restored, and the Democratic president and things are a little less fucked up, we cannot forget or forgive any of these people. And if these longtime Trump supporters, I don't care who they are in your life, any of these companies who bowed down to Trump, I don't care what your defense was about, we got to save the stock prices. We can never forgive them. When Yale comes back online, do not step foot in that fucking place. Yeah.
Sorry about it, Yale. You are canceled here on Gaytriarchs, and our listener will definitely agree with us, and it is definitely going to bring you to your knees, which is always the point of Gaytriarchs after all, right? So anyway, just putting that news out there that it goes along the lines, and hey, maybe this is the segue into there is no good gay news in the in the week.
I feel like you always want Gaytriarchs to be like the finest news source or whatever, but it's like it's the finest source of bad news. Like maybe we should have like a good news segment. Like, and you know what we could do? The audio clip we could do like good news. Yeah.
But is it going to be good gay news, or is just like some puppies were rescued in Oklahoma recently?
No, I think that's for something great at the end of the show. We should have like good gay news. Which maybe that's
I've been trying.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing as good gay news.
David, have you listened? We have been doing this for many, many weeks. Gaytriarchs has been at the top. I know. Gaytriarchs has been at the top of the news segments of, all over the country for months now, and you clearly paid no attention. I do my best to actually filter through the bad news, and believe me, there's a lot. So when I bring good gay news, I have been filtering. I have done my homework. Anyway.
Give me some good gay dads. Give me some DILFs of the week, will you?
You know what? I do put at least 30 seconds of thought into this before we start recording. But this week, I was very excited because I knew exactly those DILFs of the week. All right. And it's a couple. You can call them a couple of a sort.
Yeah, they're a couple.
So is this a DILFy sandwich of the week? Absolutely. You know who it is? Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Amen.
Amens. They are our DILFs of the week because you know what? They are principled. They are honest. They are catty. They are funny. They are savage. And they're both daddies. So they are definitely... They are our DILFs of the week. Thank you for the incredibly principled stand you are taking against the bullshit that's coming out of Washington, D.C. right now and entertaining the fuck out of us in the process. Matt Stone and Trey Parker are DILFs of the week.
You know what is totally unprincipled?
Do tell.
Our top 3 list.
Gaytriarchs top 3 list. 3, 2, 1.
So this week is my list. It is the top 3 mornings. Now, Gavin, did you do this? Am I going to start doing my top 3 and you're going to frantically write them as, yep, he's clicking his pen so he can write what the top 3 mornings are? Well, Gavin, we've wasted a good 27 minutes of our listener time already.
Wasting. Don't worry. I'll make mine fast. They may be fresh, but they will be fast. Don't you worry.
So here are my top 3 mornings. In number 3, a crispy fall morning after your first night in your college, and there's crunchy leaves outside, and you're wearing a giant blanket, and you brew some chai tea.
In college?
It's your first night in your college. Like you graduated high school, you got to your college town.
I understand what college is. But wait, you're saying that on your first morning after your first night in college, you walked outside over the leaves with a blanket.
No.
And
you're
you
in your
chai.
house. You're in your house, but there are crunchy fall leaves outside. You know that's what's waiting for you outside.
Wait.
Gavin, I don't need you to pick apart my
mornings. What does college have to do with it?
Because the first morning in your new college dorm, you just feel like there's so much hope in the air, right? Gavin, you can't start shitting out. This is just going to get worse and worse.
It is. I can't wait. Okay, great. College morning. Fantastic.
Number 2, it's the morning after a night out where you did get a little drunk, but not like really drunk. And you had great sex with a stranger.
Awesome.
But they left in the middle of the night. But they left you a cute little note saying like, had fun. You know you'll never see them again. And that's fine. Yeah. And you have brunch scheduled that day with your best friend in 2 hours. Come on.
No notes.
You imagine? That's a great morning.
No notes.
No notes.
Perfect. No notes.
I think my number 1 is going to be no notes as well. And number 1, my top mourning the death of Donald Trump. Top mourning. What about you? What did you just frantically write as I was doing? All right.
Number 3 for me is actually pulling my lazy ass out of bed and exercising so that you get it out of the way because you feel so good after the fact. So in a perfect world, when I do that, I actually get on my bike and I go for a road bike ride. And I like the autumnal factor there. I live in a very beautiful area of New England. And so being able to see the leaves changing and everything and nice fresh air, but it's not too cold. It's just that crisp autumnal air. So getting out and doing some exercise so that I don't feel like the slug that I normally feel most of the time. That is my number 3 top morning. Number 2, just reading in bed with coffee. I mean,
God, you are so boring.
Oh, but it feels so good to just be able to do that. It feels so good to be able to do that. Number 1 for me, kind of like what you were saying, is having the hangover that isn't a debilitating hangover, but the hangover that makes you feel like, yeah, I had fun last night.
The hangover that reminds you of the night before. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just reminds you just enough that you did it right and you aren't dead yet, that you do still know how to have a good time. Frankly, that's it for me. Number 1 is just having the right amount of hangover that says you aren't dead yet and you had a great time last night. There you go.
All right. What's next week that you've prepared for sure? The thing is like, if you ever just have a list ready, our listener is going to be so disappointed because you've trained them. You've Pavlov dogged them with being the butt of you're the star of every cold open.
All right, David, I was totally prepared on this one. Okay, so don't you? I know that
I edited a good 45 seconds of silence out of this podcast. I want you to know that.
Well, I'm just being consistent. I want to know, David, your top 3 dream guests for Gaytriarchs
that we haven't had yet.
Had yet. And we're going to tag the shit out of them, and we're going to make this a reality in the next year of Gaytriarchs. Okay?
Love it.
David, I am so excited to talk about my something great this week.
Oh, geez. Okay, we're jumping right into it. All right, yeah.
Is it related to the DILF of the week? Yes, it is. Our plural DILFs of the week, the sandwich, the South Park sandwich that is the DILFs of the week this week. I know. I jumped in here because I didn't want you to steal my something great, which is South Park. God bless South Park and the statements they have made. And they signed their $1 billion agreements with Paramount and to placate Paramount, who wants to placate the orange Cheeto in the White House. And then they were like, we will take your $1 billion and bend you over a barrel and just fuck you like the little turd that you are, President Turd Head shitty nonsense. So my something great is South Park.
Yes, watching billionaires squabble at the highest level is it like just like a slap fight is arguably a reason to keep billionaires around. Like,
absolutely.
I mean, I am very much to think like billionaires should not exist on principle.
Yeah,
but in this case, Matt and Trey.
Thank you, Matt and Trey. You are something great, and it also just goes to show that, you know what, you can take our gender affirming care, and you can take our tariff taxes, and you can take our civil liberties, but you cannot take comedy away from the people. So my something great is Matt and Trey and South Park. What about you, David?
Oh my God. That is so much better than mine. Mine is so fucking stupid compared to that. That should just be ours, but I will give you something. So one of the things we do mostly during meals, but sometimes on Saturdays, we're just like, whatever. We'll put on, house music in all the house. We'll say,
house music in a different way.
Yeah. We'd say, Alexa, go, play this or whatever. And so I have all different kinds of radio stations. I have Michael Bublé radio, which I love. I have Mozart radio sometimes when I'm going to call things down. But recently, so we all love yacht rock, right? That's like classic. Like we love yacht rock.
I mean, tell me you're white without telling me you're white. Mm-hmm.
I am so white. But I have discovered a new, it's like yacht rock adjacent one, which is Dionne Warwick radio. Now you're thinking, David, are you a 150-year-old woman from Minnesota? I am.
Well, all due respect to all of them. Yes.
Yes. No, we love all of our listener from there. But Dionne Warwick radio is another level of yacht rock you cannot imagine. So if you're like me and you love to do kind of generalized stations when you're doing whatever, Dionne Warwick radio. And I'm very young, and that is our show. If you have any comments, suggestions, or general compliments for Gavin, you can email us at GaytriarchsPodcast@gmail.com.
Or you can DM us on Instagram. We are at GaytriarchsPodcast. On the internet, David is at David F.M. Vaughn everywhere, and Gavin is at Gavin Lodge in Occupy Wall Street.
Please leave us a glowing 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts.
Thanks, and we'll talk to you next time on another episode of Gaytriarchs.